Now the time have India and UK sign free trade agreements that will the Indian traders which benefits for the when they export their goods and services for the UK market, they will accept exemption of trade and import duty. So they are so the UK consumer will more optimistic for the Indian goods and services, and the Indian exporter is also benefited. So government is also क्या बोलते हैं government is also optimistic for the this free trade agreement, because this is happening for the when UK is by side of the European Union, and they will see in the Indian markets because there is the digital transformation. 1.4 billion people consumers and the third largest purchasing power parity and the transformation of middle class. Basically this is the optimistic approach and thinking about the world is India is growing and faster growing economy and the third largest startup ecosystem. Their quality of goods, which is also for the very crucial aspect for the UK markets. And when the world is facing lots of the crisis, so UK is very optimistic about the India. And they is and UK is also facing of 1 decades of political crisis, financial instability. So they think about say, the stability which comes from when they partnership India and the tariff exemptions, and also for the different goods and services imports and export. Basically the free trade agreements which is happening, the exemption of trades exemption of taxes in the different category of items, and the negotiation of the transformation of different export and imports like the India export pharmacy, textiles, goods and services, also for the like the agriculture produce, and many more things which is export in the UK market. UK is also export in the like the whiskey. That means कि शराब एक्सपोर्ट करेगा हमारे देश में। हम उसको अच्छे से चीज़ दे रहे हैं, हम लोग को वो शराब बेचेगा बेहुदा कहीं का। And they also export in India market like the automobile services, financial sectors. And we have seen the many decades of the UK is the financial hub of the world, and India is a very optimistic and the holistic market of the world. So the world is just thinking about India is optimistic for the flowing years, and the government is stable. When the government is stable, the political leaders also think about the country. They will negotiate, they will try to the trade, and also for the negotiation after deals with foreign, not only foreign, it's just a free trade agreements which is signed between the country and the employment opportunity which is getting in both country, the transformation and its ecosystem economically strong. But we have just think about last 3 and 5 years, many of the countries approaching India because there are two reasons. First of all, the purchasing power parity. India is the third largest purchasing power parity, and the third largest startup ecosystem, and also for the their 60% of the demography dividend is 25 and 54 years age. So the world is optimistic about so the world is optimistic about India because their youth is and middle class transformations like the economically, and it's morally which is the optimistic for the world, and it's a demographic dividend which is transformation of the different export efficiency and its import efficiency. And also for the optimistic for the government is basically for the transformation of different services and its good products in Indian market, that will the transformation of relationship between UK and India, because UK is the financial hubs and India is the biggest market for the world, and the different way of the growing and its efficiency, also for the technology transformations, space and the renewable energy, and also for the UPI negotiation for the digital infrastructure in India is also for the crucial aspect for the world markets and world leaders. It is the transformation of the goods and services in the holistic way, but the facing of challenges like the India is facing of challenges like the youth is not a proper way of the fulfill the market demands. Also for the quality is very less because the world is considering about the India is the biggest market, but the challenges is facing right now because Indian goods and services in the world market is not fulfill the quality, fulfill the needs of the world. So these challenges which is tried to solve by the government, like the production link incentive which is provided through government, these schemes which help for the manufacturing of different MSME and also for the big players that will produce with the help of governments and solving for the quality of goods, and when they export in the world market like the UK, they will just fulfill the criteria of the consumers and fulfill the criteria of the quality of goods. It is also have a different holistic like the renewable energy, clean energy also having the transformation, and it is the transformation of different way, and it's a holistic approach about the efficiency, entrepreneurship, and financial services like the services of consultancy, and it's a way for the different way of the tourisms like the 2020 2021, which is which is the also which is also for the deal of the foreign trade. Not only foreign trade, it is just a deal about the free trade agreement, but it is not be a holistic way, and it's a removal of tariffs also for the removal of import duty. But this foreign trade agreement which is signed between India UK in 15 July, it is importance for the India because the India is becoming the world fastest growing economy, and the 2047 the developed country has so become the 30 trillion economy, and their economy for their transformations, and gradually a responsibility for their youth employment opportunity and its significance for their approach. But what we learn about this trade negotiations, which is a free trade agreement, because we are just focused about the goods and services when we provide for the world, just being focused about the quality, and also we just focus about if the product we are manufacture, if the services we are provided for the world, that will the fulfill for the requirement and demand for the world consumers, that will also for the we just understand about the UK consumers what they are exactly needs for the Indian market. So we just try to focus about the R&D and also for the quality of goods and services, then we are sustainable for the long term approach, because the Indian mindset for the world is not be probably we are just thinking about they are the producing of quality of goods, because since 5 and 6 decades, not 6 year, 5 and 6 decades, we have seen Indian reputation is not be fulfilled for the world market, but we have just think about the quality of goods and quality of services which is provided for the worlds, and just be optimistic about and learning about the things which is consumers demanded in the world market, because in the coming future India is very optimistic about the world, and world is also be optimistic and it's faithful about the India, because the transformation of economy and also for the geopolitics which is happening throughout the world, Europe and Asia and in Middle East, which is coming throughout last 5 and 6 years. So the world is just trust about in India, because India is the position of the Indian Ocean, which is Indian Ocean is crucial for the Europe, Asia and East Asia. Okay, so many of the world country is just focus about India. They just think about the Indian world markets and the optimistic about where the demographic driven transformations, technology association, government policy which is helping for the ground level, because the poverty is also poverty is also transformation in its a manifestation and its transformations which is ecologically happens. It is basically for the transformation of the different ecosystems, and it's a holistic approach about their efficiency and systematic way of the different way, and it's a gradually responsibility. Just we focus about whatever the challenges in India have, so like the corruptions, like the bureaucrats hurdles, and like the different political instability. But we just think about to when the world is trusting about India, we fulfill the criteria of the world markets, and we provided the goods and services in the world market, because when we transform our services and export our services, it will also for the positive aspects of our India, like the employment opportunity, like the economic condition of our India also gradually transformation. Just we have seen about the depreciation of money which is also improving. uh, as a perspective of appreciation of money, it is just transformation of appreciation of money through dollars, because India is not exporting lots of the goods, so our the main cause of our depreciation of money is also have, because we are dependents of the worlds, like when the Iran and Israel conflicts happen, our money is also depreciation, and we are just thinking about the government is not properly work from the for the depreciation of money. But we are just optimistic, because when the money is depreciation, we have just optimistic, and we just focus about export, because $1 is equal to 95 and 96 rupees we just getting out. But when we are imports for the services and goods for the world market, we just deliver and pay $1 is equal to 96 and 95. Okay, so we just think about how do we export नहीं export, मतलब कि हम अपने देश से सामान बाहर कैसे भेजें, कौन से सामान अलग अलग कंट्री की नीड्स है उसको हम लोग फिल कैसे करें, ये सारी चीज़ों पे हम लोग को ज़्यादा फोकस करना चाहिए। वैसे बहुत सारे देश में बहुत सारे चैलेंजेस, बट वी आर जस्ट ट्राइंग टू थिंक अबाउट requirement, and it's fulfilled for the world market, so it will directly impact of our economy, positive impact of our economy, and also for the positive impact of the appreciation of money, that we are just Indian all are optimistic to think about our money is very depreciation since 2040. We have just since think about to 54 rupees is equal to $96, $1 is equal to $96 in 2040, 54 and 62 $1 is equal to 54 and 62. But now we have seen $1 is equal to 95 and 96 rupees, so we are just blaming about government. But I don't think about to depreciation of money is basically for the government faults. We just also think about we are utilizing of lots of services when we are exporting, not only exporting, importing from the other countries, so it is also for the main criteria. But is they optimistic about, because when our depreciation of money, it is also for the world market, they are optimistic for India, because they are they are coming in India, and also for investing in India in the different sectors. Okay, also we are optimistic for the worlds, because without business we cannot sustain for the long terms, and we cannot becoming the India a developed country. Okay.